for Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. Holla Chi Town, Scream ATL, Shout Carolinas. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. We are in the building.
Yay! Welcome. Hi, I'm your girl, Laura Simmons. Who are
And
you?
I'm sorry. I'm here on me. I'm Ursula. I'm Ursula D. Allen, aka your girl Blue Lewis.
Oh, okay. So how you doing today, Ursula?
Oh my, I am kind of tired today. Had a long, busy day. And it's winding my body like winding down. How about you?
I had like a little roller coaster day today, but I'm better. I'm better.
I'm glad you're better.
hmm But I wanted to, I always want to start the show off with a little something. So this is what I wanted to say. Uh, So this is a verse from the Bible, John 14:1. Jesus said, "Don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God and trust in me."
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen. A to the man. Yes, Lord. Thank you. So anything new and exciting going on in your life?
In my life,
You see, I got my tea because I gotta have some hot tea so I can get the tea.
no tea needed here.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you got me some good hot tea because ain't no tea. I'm trying to think. I don't think it's nothing. Just working.
Working, huh?
What about you? What you got? Clock the tea. The kids say clock tea.
Girl. So let me tell you my hot tea.
Oh Lord.
Girl, it's cold as heck outside out here in Chicago. I know it's November, y'all, but it's cold. It is cold. When I say cold, I mean cold. I done pulled out the hot tea. I done pulled out the hot PJs and everything. So it's cold. I'm cold.
Well, it's supposed to be cold. It's
No.
here in Atlanta in the A town down. It's been feeling like it's summertime. I'm like, when is it gonna be winter? Feel like November.
Yeah. Well,
But they hit us with it on Monday. It's like, okay, you asked for it, you got it. It's cold.
yeah. Well, that's that Scorpio weather anyway. Y'all
Mm.
y'all know it's the it's big girl's birthday next Monday, y'all.
Okay.
Mhm.
Early happy birthday. How old will you be? 22?
Yeah, 22 all day.
Okay. You don't look a day over 18.
Oh, thank you, sir. My Troy, you're so wonderful. Yeah. Four. Yeah. So, girl, we just been losing people left and right. The celebrities and oh my gosh, I think I just heard something about somebody else just passed just recently. Who was it? I forgot who it was, but yeah, it was somebody just recently that they was saying had passed away. I know we got James Evans from Good Times.
Yeah, James. Amos.
James
James Earl
Evans.
Jones.
James Evans. James Evans.
His name is not James Evans. His
Oh,
name is James Amos.
James Evans. He gonna be
See,
always James Evans to
see,
me. And
see.
her name gonna always be Florida Evans to me. Damn.
See, it's special folk like you. So, there's some. I seen a post on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
when they were saying they was talking about how great of an actress she was, and she was. They showed a scene from Raising in the Sun when she discovered that Walter. Have you ever seen that movie or
What,
play?
Raisin in the Sun?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen. So I remember seeing the original some years back, but then I
Mm-hmm.
seen the version where
With Diddy.
Diddy played the son. I seen.
Yeah. So you know she was in the original one, and so the part where when they realized that they've lost the house because Walter Lee spent the money,
Hmm.
and so this was the scene when she discovered it, and they was showing how great of an actress she was. Man, when I tell you, you do not think you're looking at a play.
Hmm.
She was such a phenomenal actress. It's like you just really feel it. Like, man,
Yeah, I always thought she was a great actress.
she was.
Yeah, they had some pretty good characters, um, actors on that show that they were pretty good. They said that Michael, the one that played Michael, I don't remember his name,
My,
his real name.
I forgot his name. Yeah,
Is it Randolph or Rudolph or something?
I'm
But
not sure.
anyway, they said that he got out of the acting business for a while allegedly because he just wanted a break from it. So that's why, because I had wondered, I said I didn't see him in nothing else after Good Times, and I always wondered what happened to him, and it was
Well, he
because
had a long break.
yeah, he took a long break, but he owns his own entertainment business.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was very smart. They said that he was really a smart guy, for real, for real. So it wasn't just on the show. He was really a smart guy.
Mhm.
And I think that I did read something allegedly they said that was the reason why the one who played what's his name, James Evans, that was really the real reason why he ended up getting off the show, that they because he didn't like the character of JJ.
And then here I go. I was telling you his name is James Amos. His name Amos, isn't it?
Yeah, it's John Amos, like you
Uh-huh.
said.
So yeah, I had heard that too, that he was objecting to a lot of the foolery that was going on.
Yeah.
Um and then Florida said before in an interview that, because you remember it was a season when she wasn't there, she was married to Carl.
Yeah, that was the reason why.
And she was saying because of the foolery and because how they wanted to portray her as a black woman, they want I guess she didn't agree with it or whatever. So, but they got her back though. So,
Yeah. Yeah, they said yeah, she didn't like it either. She thought that it was very degrading and things like that. But yeah. But let me tell you about my weekend, child. So, I went to Las Vegas
hmm,
last week. We left last Thursday.
that's cool. How long did y'all stay?
We stayed until Sunday. We came back Sunday. We had a good time.
Okay.
OMG. I hadn't been to Las Vegas in 25 years. My son was 8 years old
Wow.
he was 3 years old when I went the first time I went to Las Vegas.
Hmm.
And my, it has changed. It has changed. Oh, wow. It's so congested. Walking the strip is not the way it used to be. Once,
Hmm.
when I went years ago, you could walk the strip and you didn't have to feel like you was walking all over people and stuff. Now, oh my gosh, it feels like you walking. You have to really be able to push your way through because
Oh,
it's
I know.
yeah,
It's
it's
uncomfortable.
yes, yes, it is like OMG. I could not believe what I was seeing when I was there. But it's nice, but it's very expensive as well. You
It's
know,
super expensive just for one meal.
yeah, it's
For
very
what, for like two or three people, I think for one meal, we would pay over $100.
yes, yes. And then what you would normally go to a Subway and buy, in this in here in Illinois,
Mhm.
what you would normally pay. So like I went to Subway here, and when I got back home, I brought three Subway sandwiches for 17.99. Down there, that's it's 18.99 for one
For
Subway.
one.
I
For
was like,
one.
OMG. Yeah.
It is what so what else did y'all do?
Well, we went to some of the shows.
Mhm.
We seen uh, a performer. He did the Prince. He was it was like a Purple Rain
Mhm.
tribute to
Mhm.
Prince. He actually looked like Prince though. The guy actually looked just like Prince. Only thing that set him apart from Prince, his height. He was taller
Yeah.
than Prince. He even had Prince attitude. It was a really cool show. He was really good though. He was really good. He moved like
Okay.
Prince. He sounded like Prince. He looked like Prince, and he had the songs down and the moves down. It just the only thing about him, he was just taller than Prince. And then
Yeah,
he
yeah.
he he played his own music at the end, and it was really nice music. The guy,
Okay.
yeah, it was really nice music. Then we went to Babyface concert. We seen
I know that was awesome. I know it.
OG Babyface. I did not know some of the artists that he wrote music for. I did not
His
know that.
catalog is humongous.
Yes, yes. I'm like, OMG. I didn't know that he wrote that music for that person. I didn't even know it. It was nice though. He's he had us cracking up laughing though. So he sat down on this little stool. And so we thought it was part of the act. He said, "Oh no, I was sitting down because I'm tired." we, it was like, oh man, Babyface is so cool though. That guy, oh my gosh, I would love to go see him again. But he
Yeah,
was
his
it was a
catalog is huge.
huge.
I got one of my, I mean, I love so much of his music, but last year I saw him on Tiny Desk through NPR, and my new favorite, one of my new favorite songs came from his performance. He sang a song that he wrote for Eric Clapton, um, "Change the World."
Mm,
Man, I love that song. And I'm like, I didn't even know that he wrote it. You
yeah.
know, yeah, he is his catalog is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is, and I really enjoy myself. I had a really good time. Like I said, we got a chance to walk the strip, and oh my gosh, they got so many changes down there. They done knocked down some hotels down there. They're in
Yeah.
the process of putting a stadium up down there. Traffic is ridiculous. So
Oh God.
the best thing for you to do is really walk because it costs like 40 something bucks just to catch a cab because you're going to be sitting in so much traffic trying to get to
Yeah.
from A to B. It was just the traffic was just, oh my gosh. The
And
cab.
we went with my mom. We took my mom, so we
Mhm.
had to kind of get in the car or whatever. But the traffic, like you say, is horrible.
And it doesn't make sense to really rent a car because so every time you leave out of that parking lot of the hotel that you stay in, you have to pay for the parking again.
Mhm.
I'm like, are you serious? Like that's crazy.
Where
Then
did y'all
when
stay?
we stayed at the Valencia,
The Bellagio.
Bellagio, yeah.
Oh man, that's a nice. I so we stayed. Where did we stay? Oh God, Treasure Island.
Oh,
And
okay.
but we went to the Bellagio to see the fountain show,
Mm-hmm.
and we went in to see the what they call a conservatory and the umbra. It's so beautiful in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It is. It's very beautiful.
Hmm.
Yeah, I ain't with the and I'm not with the I'm cool. That's your prerogative. You like your fur babies. I get that. But I just think that some places are not meant for pets to be in. I just don't believe that. You
Like,
know?
what do you mean, like at the hotel?
Yes, I don't think that. Yeah, because I've seen so many people walking through the hotel with their dogs and stuff, and I'm like, OMG, some people are allergic to. I knew it was dogs in there because all of a sudden my sinus just started acting up. It just started acting up, and I said something, and then all of a sudden I look around and somebody walking past with their dog, and these not little dogs; these are big dogs that they're walking through there with.
Well, you know why? Because some people, if you have a pet nowadays, I can remember when we were young, you had a dog, the dog was outside, like, well, of course, you fed the dog and, whatever. The dog was outside. Now, the people look at their pet as another member of their family. They have some of these pets on insurance, their insurance plan.
Hmm.
So that's why they're allowed to do all that because they're like, he's a member of our family.
Yeah. Well, the scary part about that is the sad part about it. It's not scary. It's the sad part about it. The sad part about it is sometimes people care more about their pets than they do about humans. You know,
Yeah.
and it's sad because it's like, okay, so you would rather um take care of a pet rather than help a human being that's out on the street and you see them needing assistance or they need some kind of help or something, you wouldn't even help them. So you will run in the middle of the street and rescue a dog, but if a human is walking out in the street, you won't rescue them.
Girl.
Yeah, it's just we just in a different kind of world now. We just in it's a different world that we live in now. You know,
Right about that now.
huh?
I say you are right about that.
Yeah, we just live in a totally different world. It's like we we just don't care. We don't care. It's like we don't care about each other no more. And when you make friends with people, it's kind of scary because you don't know who to really trust. Because it's like we all. It's like I don't know. It's just everything just seems so weird nowadays to me. It just seems just people just seem not so nice. You know,
Right.
they don't seem as nice. I remember the days of growing up and you know, the lady next door could borrow a cup of sugar from you and it was okay. Now, if you borrow a cup of sugar from somebody, you better be careful. It might not be sugar.
And not only that, like you say, when we were growing up, we were always, I mean, always, like our next door neighbor, her name was Phyllis. And
Mhm.
my mom would say, go next door and ask, tell Phyllis to lend me 2 eggs. Or her children would come over and say, can I have a cup of sugar? And
Mhm.
it was just okay. It was like, okay. But honey, nowadays, guess what? Like you say, it might not be sugar. And then they're going to be like, I'll charge. You could pay me.
Yeah, yeah,
But like you said, that's the world now.
yeah. We live in a totally different world, and it's so scary. It's yeah. Just looking at some of the stuff I seen when I was down there in Vegas, it made me look at things a little differently. It's like
Mhm.
we no. So many people say that we're living in the days of our last days and stuff like that. And I wonder to myself, is that really what's going on? Because it's like we have everything is just like totally different now. It's just not the same.
It's not. It's not. Nobody has no morals, no values. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't have no big mamas. What's scary? I tell you, what's so scary for me. It's
Mm.
like I try to teach my grandkids. how the way I was taught. I try to teach them the life lessons I was taught. I try to teach them about God, try how to love themselves and how to respect and put God first. But here's the scary thing. It's like
They get deprogrammed.
this generation right here.
Mm-hmm.
What I guess what I'm trying to say is after our generation is gone, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's so scary to think about what's left.
Yeah.
Like my children, they know how I feel. They can pass it on, but hopefully they will. But it's like we was raised and immersed in trying to live right. But this generation, it's like they got us and our boring voices and the Bible versus all this technology and gimme, gimme, gimme right now, right now. You know what I mean? So it's kind of scary. Kind
Yeah.
of scary. Very scary, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, we just gotta stay prayed up for them though, because yeah, this my I was having a conversation with my nephew last night, and we were talking about the different things that is happening and stuff, and he mentioned something about something that's in the foods now that
Mhm.
um that need to be removed from it. I cannot think of what the product was called, but he was saying it was something that is a product that's in the foods, and he was like, "Nt, if you don't believe me, I'll send you the word the name of it, and you look it up. Start looking it up on all the products that you eat." And he's saying you'll see this product is in there, and he's saying that product is not good for us, and I
I
can't think
believe
of
it.
the name of it, but he was saying that it's something in the food that is disturbing the world. Really, this is really disturbing the people. But
I
yeah,
believe it. I
mhm,
believe it.
yeah. So we just, like I said, we just have to stay prayed up and stuff, and hope that it gets better.
That is the ultimately the only thing that we can do is not. I mean, I know we can live our lives and try to be as positive, but the main thing that we have to do is, like you said, stay prayed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Trust God that He'll work everything out.
yeah, yeah. Because it's we living in this time. It's a time in life that it's not good. It's scary. Like I said, it's scary when people. Mm. And you hear stories about different pastors now. You never heard that kind of stuff back in the day. The stuff that you hear now and about the different pastors, and gosh, you hear some stories now. It's like, okay, what happened? What really happened?
What did happen? Where's the disconnect?
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, man, I remember there was a time when the lady next door would look out for us, and nowadays you on your own, so you watching over your own back, and
But you know what? Like I
I
think one of the Campbell sisters made this point.
uh,
Um, Erica Campbell, I think. I'm not sure, but she was saying like when we started trying to, the people of the church start trying to, what they call it, what is the word I'm looking for? Simulate with the rest of the world.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's part of the disconnect.
yeah, and that's it. Everybody trying to be like everybody else, and it's we not supposed to be. We supposed to be different.
Yeah, yeah. Set
Yeah, God,
apart.
God created us different for a reason. There is no excuse for it. There's no nothing. We were created the way we were created for a reason.
Right,
You know,
right,
everybody has some assignment, and we must carry those assignments out, and that's the
right,
most important part about it. So,
right.
well, I guess it's in the studio, so you're gonna bring them on. Today, guys, we have Wally Win. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. Y'all know I'm good for messing up people's names. That's what I do. I do's that all the time. But let's welcome our guest on today.
Sure. So, is my audio okay?
Hi, yep, we can hear you.
Okay,
How are
fantastic.
you
I just
today?
want to because I've had some troubles with it. As far as like I had a couple Zoom meetings, and I had a little bit of technical issues and stuff like that. So I just want to double check and verify stuff like that. Sorry, I couldn't get on a little bit earlier and stuff like that, but it's been actually a pretty busy day. So
Okay.
but thank you for having me though.
Oh, no problem. So, how are you doing today?
You know what? Honestly, I couldn't be better. Sun is shining. I'm alive. Everybody's healthy around me. We're striving.
Amen.
We're even getting to a point of thriving. So, I'm just along for the ride.
Okay.
Amen.
Indeed. How's everybody? I was going to say, how's everyone else doing in this conversation?
Oh,
Um, like you say, can't beat that. What you said. Everybody's around,
Right,
thriving
right,
and doing well.
right. I feel like it's a beautiful normal day. Like, I mean, like that's what we want. That's the normalcy that we want out here. Uneventful.
yeah.
Right, right. You're right.
Okay. Yeah, I won't complain either. I can, but I'm not.
Right, right, right,
Like, I'm thankful.
right. I always feel like who's going to listen anyway.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, who's
Right.
going to actually listen and respond?
yeah, yeah.
I learned in sociology that a lot of times when you're having conversations with people,
Yeah.
they're really not listening.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
they're waiting for their chance to jump in and say what they got to
Absolutely.
say.
Absolutely. Active listening is a real skill to develop for folks, and it's something I would highly recommend.
Yeah.
I need it professionally and stuff like that for some of the stuff that I do, like in the spirits industry and stuff like that. So yeah, so you kind of got to be able to think on the fly,
Yeah.
and all that. So yeah, so you actually have to like be able to also. It's almost like you have to be able to listen while also be ready to respond and process all the information that you just received and stuff like that. Because like I find myself in situations where I'm like receiving and having to process like large bits of information that are very pivotal to some of the things that we want to do. So it's just like, to be able to move advantageously, like it's a skill that you legitimately have to develop. So,
Mm.
Okay. Well, since you're with that, tell us a little bit about who you are.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just a man just trying to make it and take care of his family. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? But the way I go about that is I am the director of programs and events for Raindrop Liquor. We are the first and only minority-owned distribution and importation of spirits company in Massachusetts. And we have a veritable selection of spirits, everything from wine we have spirits as well too, and have beers, but we have everything from vodkas to tequilas to your wines, sparkling wines, cognacs, everything. We even have because we can import, we have the ability to actually help folks to be able to create their own brands, even as well too. So yeah, so a lot of people don't realize and know this, but it's just like it's really a numbers game. And out of 10 people that 7 of them drink at least once socially per month.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very wide market and opportunity that you have to be able to work with them. But then it does also get you into like live events, hospitality and stuff like that. Because when you go to your favorite restaurant, it's not that filet mignon or that lobster that is paying the bills there. It's the spirits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
never
that's where they make their most money at.
That's absolutely where the money is.
Yeah.
That's where the bread is buttered, so to speak.
Yeah, because a glass of whatever when you get a glass of liquor, that liquor gonna cost you a lot.
Right. That bottle of Merlot is probably, or that glass of Merlot might be about $10.
Mm-hmm.
Your appetizer might be $10.
$10, yep. But guess what? Somebody gonna order more of those
Oh,
that
absolutely.
glass than they is that food.
Absolutely. So this is where we enter into the conversation with unique brands and of high end and quality. That when we work to find or create brands that are all natural, So there's no extra preservatives and stuff like that. So like it's actually a quality experience that you have with the spirit or the wine or what have you, as opposed to, you know, when you wake up the next day and just feel like kind of off and groggy and stuff like that. It's just like that's all those additives and preservatives that are being put into the into the spirit. So yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I said. We're trying to bring something new to the table and kind of add something to the narrative, so to speak. So.
Okay.
And I guess awareness as well about what you're actually drinking.
Yep.
You know.
Absolutely, and that's why we at Raindrop Liquor, we work to make sure that we have the information available for our consumer base, so that we can make sure that, you know what I mean, like we're able to service everyone's palate as best we can. Anyway, you're not going to be able to please everyone, but
Right.
we work to, you know.
Okay.
You got to start with yourself.
Tell them one more time where you guys are located.
We're here in Massachusetts.
Okay.
Yep, up here in Massachusetts, and we're working on being able to expand into a few other markets nationally through a couple strategic partnerships and stuff like that. So, you know, we're I guess a brand in the making, so to speak. Now we're still coming of age, but we have matured a bit, you know, enough to be able to have the position that we have within this space and be able to do some of the things that we're able to do within.
How many different liquors do you guys have actually?
Boy, you know what? I'd say, oh goodness gracious, I do apologize about that. My sister loves me so much; she wants to talk to me during the interview. But but yeah, so right about now we have about over 50 that we represent. Because, like I said, so we have brands that we've made ourselves, other brands that we like people that we know. We've helped them to make brands, and then we also just carry some other brands and stuff like that. So it's about over 50 at this point in time. So we're looking to expand beyond that. But I want to say it's some of the uniqueness of the character, and even some of the presentation as far as like the bottles, and some of the flavors and stuff like that we're able to find that I believe people find unique. So yeah, like I said, we're carving out a nice little niche for ourselves.
Okay. Where is your product sold at? Where are they in stores or?
Yeah, no. We're actually in 65 different stores, and we have the problem enough to where like we grew a little bit faster than we anticipated. So we're in some of those stores, but a lot of times we don't have some of the reps that we need to get up in there. So that's another opportunity that we're looking to open up here very soon, is to be able to get some people that want to work with us to help to support some of these brands in some of these places and kind of get the push going with them and stuff like that. But yeah, we're in 65 different stores. We're in some of the Fernandez Brothers stores. We're in Wines and More, Discount Liquor, just to name a few.
Okay.
Well, can I
You can actually go to the website, raindropliquor.com, spelled as it sounds, exactly, to find out exactly what it is that we have available, and possibly have answer some questions about being able to get some products out to folks. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of the things that we're actually working on reestablishing is the online portal and being able to deliver nationally, because like that's so I said there's a lot of bureaucracy and stringency with alcohol, as it should be, honestly, because it is the first legal vice. So it's something that, you know, you have to kind of be on top of and make sure that everything is in accord. But once these things are in place, you know, it's fair game out there. So we can actually, like I said, reach the consumers that we need to on a national scale. So that's, and like I said, like even out there in Chicago and Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and we have people out there who've been wanting some of these brands and have actually tried some of them as well too. We've managed to ship some out. So, you know, we're looking to increase, like I said, our scale and our capabilities as far as that goes.
Ursula, you had a question?
Yes, I wanted to ask you just to kind of not switch the subject, but it's still about you. So you're director of marketing. How did did you just always have a passion for marketing, or how did your career begin?
Sure. And that's actually a very good question. So I started out, I mean, so let's just say this. I'm naturally a sociable person. And I think one of the best of the facts about that is like low key underneath it all, I'm fairly antisocial. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, but I'm able to, I guess, overcome my anxieties and trepidations in these spaces and stuff like that, because there's real work to be done. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't want to allow my shortcomings or what have you to affect the overall output of myself and those around me, type of thing like that. You know what I mean? So again, it's a skill that I've developed, you know, to actually be able to do this. So if you want to know like the real roots of it, so I was in like so the first learned skill of mine, I used to always think it was baseball initially, like just as a child, like growing up and stuff like that. And it's something that I grew to excel at, and like actually some of the skills that I learned from that are what I use professionally. But it was actually theater, because I was a narrator for my first grade play.
Oh, wow.
So you had to learn like a script and be able to memorize it and be able to perform it and be able to, I guess, like cast out your voice because you're on a stage and stuff like that. But it's just like as well too, with just understanding how to present things and also like do so with character and I guess a bit of personality. You know what I mean? But it's like when you actually have something that you care about, as far as like the work that you do or the products that you sell, or things that you just work within, you know, you work to, I guess, just master these things, you know, and really take appreciation for it. So I've just translated that over into, I guess, how to monetize, you know, some of these skill sets and you know, but for me personally, it has to be something that resonates with you, you know. So moving beyond that, I make music as well too. I'm actually like an artist. So
really?
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I mean, here's the fun part about it, to where it's just like, because of like some life things as far as like having to take care of my family and some different stuff like that, to where it's just like I kind of had to put the music side of my life on the back burner. But the one thing I always knew I could take care of was the business side of it all, because that requires a level of creativity as well. So you kind of just got to like transmute that energy over into something else. And it's just like, I've always been like a student of life and have a real passion for learning and ultimately applying what it is that I learned. Because like I have like an analytical mind, or like kind of like a scientific approach to things, where it's just like my life is really like an experiment, you know. So from the music side of it all, like that's what got me into, that's what basically led the path to me being in the alcohol space, to where I started out with a vodka that comes in a diamond bottle, and you put a light up under it, it glows. That's absolutely fantastic, precious vodka. But so the first thing I said to myself, though, when I got it, because like the way that it even fell into my lap was kind of crazy in the first place, but with everything that I wanted to do and had built up to that point, once that dime was in my hand, the first question I asked myself was, can I take an obscure brand and take it to national notoriety? Because if I can do that with this brand, Sony's going to call me, Nike's probably going to call me, I can probably get endorsements, I can probably like all types of like partnerships and do all types of other stuff, but not to mention also control my platforms, because remember, I'm an artist. So I have to do live events, which means now I control my alcohol. And I'm actually presenting some new alcohols that like people have never seen before, type of stuff like that, where it's like, okay, wait a minute, this is a whole different experience here. Because there's a fun part about it as well too. It's just like I actually make, I'm in the merchandising, so like I make clothing as well too. I have my own clothing lines. Like as far as like from suits like this, the shirt is actually like, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's nothing special, nothing fancy, but it is mine.
Right.
You know, and like I said, I have full 3-piece suits. I mean, urban wear, all that fun stuff. I can make cosmetics, fragrances, all this fun stuff. You know, I had all this in place before Diamond. I had all this in place before the alcohol fell in my lap. So that's what I said. It was like, can I do that with this? Because if I can learn how to do this with this, I can absolutely do it for my own products. That's nothing. But I can now also do it for other people.
That's good.
And create a business out of this whole situation. So that's where my appreciation for marketing comes from. It's not necessarily a passion per se, but what is a passion of mine is to be able to help folks and open up doors for them and help them to overcome obstacles, while also being able to maintain their creative control and the keys to their destiny being in their pockets.
Gotcha.
Okay. So what kind of music you sing?
Oh, well, so it's more on the hip hop side of life. You know what I mean? I was gonna say I do got a little bit of a voice here as well too. So it's just like I haven't quite broke that out for folks just yet, but it's just like I'm getting back into that side of it all, more than the hip hop space. But like I said, I feel that music is it's really just an expression of where you're at and how you feel at that point in time. So it's just like you just create. That's what we're here to do, right? We are creators.
Yeah.
We're the children of creators, are we not?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, that sounds like that's what our job is to do out here. Then be fruitful and multiply, right?
Yeah.
This is being fruitful, so to speak.
Okay. So tell me about a time when you had to make a tough decision as a business owner.
Man, which one do we pull out there? So let's just say this: there have been many times where I've created opportunities for a lot of folks to truly benefit from without having to without having to be a cutthroat type of business. You know what I mean? And again, this isn't just with the alcohol. This is just with a lot of different things through the course of my life, like even just down to music. You know, so we're learning to recognize that you're not going down with the ship.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like learning to recognize was like, okay, I guess apparently nobody else notices that the kitchen's on fire. And I'm here saying, hey guys, listen, all right, I know what we're trying to do here, but the kitchen's on fire here because everyone's neglecting this real significant and important priority.
Right.
And it just grows into something bigger and bigger and bigger. To where it's like, okay, well, it's time for me to cut my losses here because at the end of the day, like I'm a lot of times the initiator and the catalyst for a lot of these things. So this is my bottle of magic that I could take anywhere and use anytime I choose to. And a lot of times if I do, it's because I see something in folks that are around me. They're just like, okay, we can actually like get some stuff done here, possibly change some history with anything. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, this is something I believe can be successful. And being able to recognize, you know what? I don't know if I can win in this situation or if we can even win in the situation.
Okay.
So being able to honestly recognize, you know what I mean? Just like when you recognize your sphere of influence and understanding your leverage in any situation that you walk into.
Right. Correct.
It's powerful.
What it is, because what it is make an informed decision.
Right.
And being able to apply what it is that you already know.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Frederick, we see you just tuned in, and thank you for tuning in, and all the other people that have tuned in to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and Friends. We are in the building, y'all.
Absolutely. These mics are hot. These mics are hot.
Yeah. and when our guest today is Wally. I'm saying it right? Correct.
Absolutely.
Wally?
I got you.
Okay. Now you keep saying spirit, but I read in your bio Raindrops. What's the difference between the two? Can you please?
So ultimately, like when I refer to spirits, it's the I guess the politically correct way to say alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's like the technical term of them though is actually spirits. And it's funny too though, because like I mean when you drink them, like you know what I mean, it does you are kind of invoking and I guess inviting, you know what I mean, like a spirit into you that says like, you know, whether you're a little bit more carefree, some folks get a little angry, some folks get a little happy, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Or it's just like you know that you are now changing the dial a little bit.
That's a loaded comment. I'm gonna tell you, and what I mean is when you say you're invoking a spirit, that's loaded
Right.
because like you think about biblically.
Absolutely right. No, it's a very real connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So matter of fact, if you want to get all the way deep with it, then so even from a scientific standpoint, when the Big Bang happened, one of the substances that was created was alcohol.
Oh wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's just like I don't know, is that where the spiritual essence like happened to enter into this particular dimension we live upon? I don't know. Like it's let's talk about it.
Wow. Okay. So what would you say is y'all best seller?
I would say our Jamal Dream, our dessert wine.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. It is. It's a little bit on the sweeter side, but it's also it's a little higher on the alcohol content side. It's 16%. But we have several different flavors. We have a pear, we have strawberry, Moscato Rose. We actually have a dessert Cabernet, and yeah, it actually does pretty well because like you're expecting a little bit more of that dryness to it, and it has like a pleasant, a little bit more of a sweetness. But again, it's still not as sweet as some of the other ones that were like the strawberry would be or something like that. But no, it is. It's different. It's refreshing. So yeah, that's the one I would probably say that. And then also our La Brecha tequila. That's another product that a lot of folks are really gravitating towards. And I'd say if I have to throw an honorable mention in there, the McBearden Scotch blended whiskey is absolutely incredible from what I hear. I'm not much of a whiskey guy. I'm more tequila guy. But whiskey, the Scotch blended whiskey though, it's received very well. So that's our top three, I would say.
Okay. Well, what strategies would you say that you use to attract new customers and retain your existing ones?
So ultimately, like in the spirit side of it all, it's just like you pretty much have to set up almost every tier of the transaction. So if I sell to a retailer, he's ultimately going to want to know, okay, so it's now on my shelf. Like, do you have people that are going to buy this or no? So that's when we come and do in-store tasting. So when people walk in, we're there so they could come sample the product. And that's honestly a lot of times how it works. So it's just like folks will come in, they'll drink it. But then as well, too, keep in mind, like the conversational aspect that you have at that point in time and the opportunity that you have there to really inform people on the product, as well as they're getting to see. So like my partner, Jonathan Kirkland, he's actually like the founder of the company. And, he's in store there with the brands and with the products as well, too, like to actually talk to you about it, shake your hand, stuff like that. There was just like, do you get that with Don Julio?
Right.
Do you get that with, say, Ciroc? Do you get that with any of these situations? We're like, no, like we really are out here like grassrooting this particular situation because that's what it's about. But that's a lot of where to get even back to the marketing side of it, to where like that's where people drastically overlook the connection opportunity that's there. Because so when you're there talking to somebody, like there's several different moments of imprinting that you have there. They get to see you, look you eye to eye, shake your hand. They're actually tasting something that you gave them, and they're hearing your voice all in that moment. Where it's like everybody just wants to be in person, So that connection, like there's people that come in, and it's funny too because like I actually just moved out here not too long ago and have done some tastings around, and I've seen people come in and just like, oh yeah, I remember you from last year, or I remember you from a couple of years ago, type of stuff like that, where it becomes a real community type of feeling. And that's really what it is that we want. So it's like we're working on we want to take our time with this to make sure that like the places that we expand to, like we're actually there in a bit of concentration and frequency, and ultimately consistency. So that's like to go even back to where it's saying, hey, we could kind of use some help in some areas to where some folks want to become some reps out here. There's some things we can figure out together, but that's really what it is.
Okay.
And then the event side of it. I'm sorry, then just the event side of it as well, too, when we do events.
Okay. Well, tell people where they can find your product at.
Discount Liquor, it's on American Legion Highway, downtown. I want to say it's in Mattapan. And then there is Wines and More in Wareham, which we were there pretty frequently as well, too. And then the Fernandez Brothers establishments all throughout the city were there as well too. So you can find us out there. You can find the La Brecha out there. You can find our hemp gin, the Nirvana hemp gin, that's out there. We also have a hemp vodka as well too. The Jamal's Dream, and then in Wines and More and Discount Liquor, we actually have a new brand that we're introducing into the market. This is our sparkling wine. It's a Cosmopolitan Diva. This is basically like low key turning us into the Mimosa Kings out here, because so the different flavors that we have of it is, so it's not like a Prosecco or anything like that. Like, you know what I mean? This is actually like a sparkling wine, but it's a bit delightful. It's not sweet and overbearing, but they're very flavorful. So now you think about the base that you have for mimosa, to be able to work with. So let's say you have a strawberry mint flavor, which we do have. So that's something that, okay, so Minute Maid has a product called Mixology, which is like a non-alcoholic beverage, and it's a strawberry guava mojito. So if you have a strawberry mint sparkling wine and you already get the strawberry and the mojito from the mixer, that guava gives it that little bit of twang and extra kick to it, where it's just like, okay, that's interesting. But it's also mimosa you've probably never had. Yeah. We also have the melon flavor, which is kind of like a honeydew melon, and I like to pair that with a mango pineapple juice. And plus, if you want to get crazy with it, you can muddle a little bit of strawberry into it as well too. But again, that's a unique mimosa and a unique concoction that you're not going to get anywhere else unless you purchase one of the products that we have. So we have brands that are generally along that line. That's really what we how we try to work them and implement them into the market.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Laura, but I have to go. I have a meeting. It was very nice to meet you, and I will be checking out your website.
Please do. We're out here, Raindrop Liquor, and we're on Facebook at Raindrop Liquor Distributor LLC. And if you want to look me up on Facebook, it's Wally Wynn.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on, and you guys take care.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Ursula, take care. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's good. So you already told. I was just getting ready to ask you to tell everybody where could they find you on Instagram, Facebook, and things like that. So basically.
Yeah, no, like I said, I generally try to streamline this. Like, because like it's there's a real process. Like a lot of people don't really understand. It was like, no, this stuff is real work. You know what I mean? Like, but keep this in mind as well too. It's active listening. You know what I mean? And understanding like where we're at, even in the conversations, like, okay, you know what? I haven't said this in a little bit as far as like where to find it. So it's good that you actually even prompted me on that. You know what I mean? Because again, like people may have just tuned in and missed like the first half of it to where it's like, it's almost like a new conversation for them. And even for other folks that are speaking along, it's not too redundant. Right. Now, if we were doing this every 30 seconds, like, hey, you go down to such and such, you know?
Yeah. Well, I asked that question because I can see when people coming in, you get more people coming in. So that's why I constantly ask the question, because I want to make sure that nobody miss where they can find you at. And, you know,
I appreciate it.
I understand this, you know, you advertisement, you want to get your advertisement out there as much as you possibly can. And it is so important to get your business out there, let people know where they can find you and things like that. What I've found is just as important, if not the most important aspect of it, is putting yourself in position to be found. Because we all want connection out here. You know what I mean? So it's just like, if you make yourself available to that as a product anyway, the more accessible that you are, and the deeper the resonance, the resonance of the connection that you have and they have with you, your product, and the experience with it, you got a consumer for life. Matter of fact, if anything, you start creating a community even off of that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like that's one of the things where like you see some of these people with such frequency where it's like you start even seeing some of the family members coming in with them and just little things like that. So it's like over the course of time, like you start getting the little pieces of the picture and of their puzzle, so to speak. You know, because again, it's just like that familiarity, that consistency that you're creating with the people that you're working with and the people that you see, I guess, within routine. Yeah, you start creating a real connection with that, just through your memory and stuff. So, you know, that's another reason, I guess, why I like doing this stuff, because it's just like, you know, it really does create the opportunity to create those connections and stuff. Like I said, even though like I guess from a social standpoint, it's not, you know, something that I 1,000% love, but the purpose behind it, though, I do love that. Okay. So how do you keep yourself and your business partner motivated during tough times? Because I'm sure y'all run into the tough times.
You just said it. They're tough times. They're uncomfortable. So it's just like, okay, how do we fix this? Let's get down to it. These problems ain't going to solve themselves, though.
No.
So it sounds like we got to rally. Sounds like we got to get our heads together and get about this. That's motivation enough. But what keeps, I guess, me motivated is knowing that I can look at my partner and know it's like, no, he got his sleeves rolled up too. And he ain't going nowhere. He done already turned the ringer off. It's like, hey, like we ain't getting out of here until, you know what I mean, until we get some things solved. You know what I mean? So, and that's, but again, though, it's their growth opportunities. Like when you face restrictions and stuff like that, a lot of times they're just genuinely growth opportunities. You know, it's like, do you feel like growing or not? And that situation will be there.
You get a question. Someone had a question. They said, "How do they get? How is there any way we can purchase this product here in Chicago?"
In Chicago, so there is not any product out there of ours that we have right now. So we're actually working on establishing a distribution partnership with some folks out that way as well too, because that's really what it is. Where it's like we can do what we need and want to do here in Massachusetts, but to be able to get some of these products into some of these other markets outside of from an online means on like a single unit type of thing. Yeah, like we're looking for partnerships with distribution companies in some of these markets who can actually receive some of our products out there through the means of sale. And
so they can't actually go online or purchase it or nothing like that.
So yeah, that's what I was going to say. To where it's like if it's like a single unit type of situation, yeah, like we can ship out. So it's just you just got to go online and take a look, see what you like, and then just fill out the order form. Okay. So I'll talk to you.
So you got to let them know, because some of these people just tuned in.
Sure,
let them know where they can purchase it, how they can purchase it.
Yeah, no, just go on raindropliquor.com and just follow the prompts, and we'll get something out to you.
You said it's raindropliquor.com?
Yep, raindropliquor.com. But no, the Illinois market is actually a market that we're very interested in getting into. Because I mean, it's obviously with Chicago being the as of right now. Are you still the third largest market? Or wasn't Houston, I think, battling to?
You said what?
I said, is Chicago still the third largest market in America? Or I was going to say, I know Houston was like creeping up some point in time around there, and it was like a teeter-totter situation. But no, I mean, even still, it's a very significant market and strategically placed out there to where it's like, no, like that's a market we absolutely do want to actually have like physical presence in, so that you could possibly go to your local liquor store and not even have to worry about getting online and stuff like that. Just like on your way home from work, stop in, see us. We'll have some folks in there ready to greet you with a smile and a drink, and you take a bottle home with you.
Okay.
So stay tuned for that as well too. So if you want to follow up on those particular movements, you can check us out on Facebook, Raindrop Liquor Distributor.com or LLC, and we generally post like a lot of our promotional stuff on a more fluid basis through that means.
So it's raindropliquor.com.
Raindrop Liquor Distributor LLC. That's our Facebook.
Okay, so they can purchase it though, the Raindrop.
Yeah, through the raindropliquor.com. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it on the screen, guys. So if you're interested in purchasing his liquor, you can go to raindropliquor.com and purchase it online. And Frederick, I've been okay. Thank you for asking. I've been okay. I'm still, I'm just taking it one day at a time, and I truly appreciate you asking that question. But I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. I just stay prayerful, and I just ask God to give me strength. So thank you for asking how I'm doing. Okay. What else I was gonna ask you? How do you approach? I asked you about how do you approach problems. So, something else I was going to ask you, and I forgot what it was. That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you guys, do you know what? I know you guys are partners. Mm-hmm. So what inspired y'all to start this business?
So Jonathan, the founder, Jonathan Kirkland, our founder, he wanted to create a platform that brought high-end exclusive spirits into the country. Mm-hmm. So he started the company, actually sent some folks around the world to source. One of the first products that we had was Black Ice rum. So this was a Cape Verdean rum, to where he actually sent someone to the Cape Verde island, which is off the west coast of Africa, and put together the recipe, bottled it up, brought it over here to the States, and then just started really growing from there, and then started picking up other brands through the portfolio, through our ability to distribute. A couple strategic partnerships again with some other importers and distributors in the country to have the exclusive rights to some of these products here in Massachusetts. So from there, it was just a matter of, you know, I had the precious vodka situation that I was dealing with, but I would also I also saw what he was doing with the black ice, and then he started, like, his portfolio started to grow out towards, like, okay, well, whenever I'm going into these events and stuff like that, when I'm doing the promotion for the vodka, I mean, it's fantastic when you can pull up with 2 or 3 different brands that people haven't seen. But then after a while, I started recognizing it's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm actually pulling up with a full bar. If I got tequila, if I got rum, if I have wine, if I have all of these things, you know what I mean? So it's just like there's no way that we can't just push this thing together and like really start making something out of it, because, like I said, now you start controlling the events and really start creating the space that you need to move accordingly, and really grow your market. And that's basically how we got to this point here, to where it's like I was in Pittsburgh, and I said, you know what? Because I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is a control state to where the state controls everything. So, like, I can't just go to the local liquor store and say, hey, I got a case, would you like to purchase, type stuff like that. There was just like, there's a whole process to it. But here in Massachusetts, we were already established, and I had a couple other brands of my own where it's like, okay, well, this gives me the ability now to just move my own brands, the brands I've already been working with anyway, but then also be right there on site to be able to build out the marketing strategy for it. So that, again, so we can have like an expansion of our market internally, like in the state of Massachusetts, and then be able to branch out to some of the other markets that I was already working in, stuff like that. Anyway, so that's really where the partnership really cemented itself, because, again, like, this is what you really want to look for, is like people that are walking in the same direction as you, where it's just like, okay, we're actually doing a lot of similar things here, and it's just like, you got a couple tools that I need, I got a couple tools that you need, where it's like, why don't we just go ahead and start walking together? You know what I mean? Matter of fact, it's stronger to travel in a pack in this particular situation, because there ain't a lot of us in this space anywhere. Certainly ain't a bunch of us in this space that move how we move.
No.
So, you know what I mean? So, like I said, so this is the fun part about it, to where it's one thing to pull up with one brand. It's another thing when you pull up with 50 that ain't nobody seen ever. And I'm talking about even people like I've had conversations with high level folks in Total Wine and even like Southern and all that type of stuff like that, to where just like they were even looked at just like, I've never seen any of these brands, and they're all incredible. Who are you? You know, this is like I said, just a man on a mission trying to get some work done here.
Were you guys friends already, or
what do you say now?
Were you guys friends to begin with, you and your partner?
So I had there was like one of the partners was out in Pittsburgh, and we basically were coming back and forth from there to here, and we just started to really like build a relationship, because there's actually another partner that we have, Palmer Woodbury. He's actually like it's like the CEO, so like he oversees like a lot of like the executive movements that we have and stuff like that, and like really to make sure that we have like a guided expansion and stuff like that, and that we never get ahead of ourselves in some of these situations, that we look realistically at some things. So we all just really sat down, had a conversation, you know, trying to like hammer out what it is that we want to do, figure some things out. And then we're all the type of men, that's why I said before, to where it's just like when we have something going on, like, no, like we get down to it, roll up our sleeves and execute, to where it's just like, okay, no, it's like, well, I mean, we're all on the same page here. We all want the same things. And we all know that we're capable of getting the work done. But ultimately, most importantly, we all know that at the end of the day, we got each other's back.
Oh, that's good.
You know what I mean? So we're just like, no, like if we're in it, we're in it.
Yeah.
You know, so after that, it's just execute, you know, and then have trust and faith in the man next to you, that they're going to do what they do. But it's like, so that for me personally, it's where it's just like, shouldn't that be a testament to your ability to select your partner? You know what I mean? It's like, no, like I already know for a fact, I ain't got to worry about this dude.
You have another question. Someone asked, do you have non-alcoholic products?
We do have non-alcoholic products. We have a non-alcoholic beer And I do know that there is available anyway a non-alcoholic of our sparkling wine as well too. But yeah, we do have something for everyone.
Okay. So he answered your question. I hope that was good enough for you. Um, what else I was going to mention? So tell people again, because you, like I said, there are still people just coming in,
Sure.
and tell them again where they can find your product. Tell them about your Instagram, Facebook pages, where they can find you on those pages as well.
Okay, so on Facebook, you can find us at Raindrop Liquor Distributor LLC, and then you can also check out our website at raindropliquor.com. And from that point, you can check out the assortment that we have. But so I did actually get a little bit of clarification where it's just like we're not ready for prime time just yet as far as like being able to send out the bottle to folks. I know we had it for a little bit, but there's some things that we had to kind of tweak with it and stuff like that. But that is something that we're looking at being able to institute on the other side of New Year, of the New Year.
Oh, where you can ship it out to people.
Right. Now, there's a thing, like I said, where it's like if we have like a physical distribution partner on in these markets, we can make these products available to everyone.
Okay.
But
So you
that's
need to really like
part of our-
connect with like a big company, like a somebody like a Walgreens or
Right. Well, see, what's so one would think that, but in this particular market right about now, because like so one of the problems that is in the alcohol space is just having like the big block brands and stuff like that they carry like a bunch of different brands, but like there's really no marketing exposure to these brands, so it's just like it's an overall glut. But like so they'll purchase your products and then just sit on them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then just kind of bleed it out a little bit, and then they'll start selling it for a super discounted rate. Which I mean, it is what it is. But it's just like again, the strategy and the strength of our connection with our consumers. That's where a lot of our advantage comes in, because like I said, we're present, we're available, and again, consistent. You see us with a level of consistency that it really gives you the opportunity to grow with us. That's really what it is that we're looking for. And that's honestly all brands these days. Like anybody who wants to effectively market products, like you have to be open and willing to grow with people.
Yep, you do. You guys do a lot of vendor events.
We're starting to increase our volume on that. So that's a lot of what I was doing when I was started out with my particular operation. But like I said, like that's why now being able to join forces with it, towards just like we're looking at putting together and increasing the volume on that within our market. Because like I said, like I would have to go around. Well, I didn't have to, but I mean I would go around the country to do it because like again, like those just the opportunities were presenting themselves. And at the very least, I wanted to at least lay the blanket out. You know what I mean? And after that, you start working out the wrinkles in it and stuff like that and figuring it out there. But it's just like as long as you have that blanket laid out, then you're then able to really establish where it is that your product can go, who actually truly likes it, wants it. You just got that much more empirical data for yourself to be able to work with. But so with the events that we do now, we're actually going to be, like I said, like rolling out a few events coming here towards the end of next month, towards like New Year's, and then in February we got a big rollout that we're looking at putting together. So yeah, once we get there, it's absolutely, we definitely are very much open to vendors.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's my questions and things. She said that answered her question, and thank you so much.
Absolutely, yeah. So like I said, just to reach out to us online. So like I said, Facebook or on the raindropliquor.com. And like I said, I mean, we're looking to connect out here. Like I said, whether it be from a representative standpoint, or just a consumer looking to possibly find something new or find some information about what it is that we do, and to ultimately connect. Reach out, please.
Well, you can you guys. So he just told you that you guys can find him on raindropliquor.com. It's actually on the screen for you guys to actually, if you want to check out his liquors, and you can go on raindropliquors.com to check out the different flavors that he had available.
You can check out the new product that we have that we're rolling out is the Kurt Cobain Peach Vodka.
It's
And
called what? Say that
uh,
one more time.
Kurt Cobain. It's QURKOBAIN. Kurt Cobain.
Oh, okay.
So for a lot of folks who may catch, I guess, some of the similarity with it, there was a musician once upon a time whose name Kurt Cobain, and it has like a little bit of a pop culture hint to it. So a lot of folks generally like to gravitate towards the name, but it's actually a really good product. It's a corn based vodka as opposed to wheat or a potato, and it has actually like natural flavorings and infused peach into it. So yeah, so like I said, it's becoming. I'd say it's low key competing with Jamal's Dream right now, because like as soon as people taste it, they're usually just like, oh, this is incredible. You know, like I said, but honestly, like a lot of people, they say that about a lot of our different brands and stuff like that. So
That they like it.
they go over very well. But again, like I said, you're not going to be able to please everyone. But I would say this: I like our batting average a lot.
Okay. So if you are in what area is that again? Baltimore.
Yeah, and Massachusetts, but Boston, Mattapan, Wareham, few different places around the city, Rosendale. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I'm not a drinker, but for those of you all that are drinkers, you want to learn more about his product and you want to get you a bottle, and I'm sure if you're in the Boston area, it's easier for you to get it than it would be for somebody here in Chicago.
Right.
But I'm
Like I said,
sure.
that's likely to change here. I'd say within the next 3 to 6 months. Because like I
Okay.
said, like that is a market that has been aggressively targeted for quite some time here, stuff like that. So like I said, so there's possibly some breakthroughs as far as that goes, as far as getting into that particular market with some consistency. Because yeah, that's a very strategic market to be in this particular space. But I mean, like let's be honest. I mean, like even a lot of from the prohibition times and stuff like that, like that was a very hot market, so to speak. So there is an actual spirits history out there as well too. But I mean, just it's a market though that absolutely is very welcome to exclusive high end brands and very receptive to them.
Okay. Well, we want to thank you for first, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show, and I also want to thank you, Wally, for coming out.
Absolutely, thank you for
to
having us.
be a part of our show today, and
Yeah,
it's
no,
very
I
interesting hearing about your product and everything, and how you guys got started. And I'm very interested in knowing a little bit more.
Sure. I mean, listen, we can always have dialogue. And
Yeah.
again, we can do this again sometime. You know what I mean? Maybe we can sponsor an event for you. That's what I said. There's ways to bond and connect with this particular situation to make everything work. So we can all grow together.
Yeah, because I do events here in Chicago.
Okay,
And
nice.
I'm looking
Oh,
forward to doing some events in other places besides Chicago. So
okay, well, sure.
that
Maybe
would
we
be
might have you out here in Boston,
yeah,
or out here in
yeah,
Massachusetts. Who knows?
yeah.
Just
Might
how
be
it works.
yeah, and then you guys can like sponsor the products there, and
Yeah,
that would be a great idea
yeah,
to connect.
we'll put something together. Absolutely. As I said, first and foremost, thanks for having us on here and giving us a platform to plug our products and kind of make people aware of what it is that we do and the fact that we are actually out here and that we are actually out here for you. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you could plug yourself in one more time so the people will know where they can find you, because sometimes people come back and they check it later and they didn't hear or whatever. So just plug it one more time.
Absolutely. So that's raindropliquor.com. That's our website. And then for Facebook, it is Raindrop Liquor Distributor LLC. And then if you want to check out my page as well too, that's Wally Win, spelled as it sounds. And honestly, like a lot of my pages, it's has more to do with the alcohol side of it. Like sometimes I throw some other stuff out there for educational or just provocateur purposes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, though, it's just like there's always a method to my madness.
Okay. Thank you, Frederick, for saying that. But thank you for tuning in to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and Friends. And we want to thank our guests for coming into the show today. Um, but we got to get out of here, you guys. We
Well, good.
love you
Thank you
guys.
for having us.
Thank you for tuning in to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and Friends. And remember, tomorrow's not promised to any of us. So live your life to the fullest. And remember, put God first, and everything else will fall into place. All right, guys, I'm out of here. It's your girl, Laura Simmons. Peace.
Views and opinions expressed in this program are those of our guests and do not necessarily reflect Freedom Productions.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. And I will see you guys next week. Um, Same time, maybe a little earlier, guys. We trying to get our stuff back onto our regular schedule and everything, but it's been a little bit, off schedule for now. But we'll be back. We'll keep it, we'll get our time right again. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and Friends. I'm out of here. I love y'all. Peace.